Good morning and welcome to this new edition of the Business World Primus Policy Square. Today we have with us an eminent civil servant of the country, Maharashtra, and driving Maharashtra's growth in a critical sector for the country, textiles. Welcome to Primus Policy Square, Virendra Ji. It is a privilege to have you. Let me jump right into what's happening right now in a little, maybe 2 kilometers from here, the Bharat Tex, in which you are one of the 5 partner states driving India's push into the textile universe across the world. So you've recently launched a integrated and sustainable textile policy, and I think this is a fabulous step. I think our listeners and viewers would really like to hear what Maharashtra is doing and how you are particularly yourself leading this initiative.
Yeah, just coming to Bharat Tex, it is an event which probably would shape the landscape of textile sector in the times to come. A huge initiative by Government of India, and it brings on the same platform all stakeholders to collaborate, to understand, to learn from each other, and to see where the textile sector is going. Taking this opportunity, Maharashtra has also taken part in the event as a partner state, wherein we are actively collaborating with Government of India and all the stakeholders, industry partners, the institutions of excellence like IIT Bombay and VJTI and all. So this event has given us a great platform to promote our policy, to make all the stakeholders understand that what policy entails, what it has for them and for everyone, and how is it going to shape the textile industry of Maharashtra for about next 5 years or so. Policy, as you know, is a futuristic thinking document wherein it accounts for what is happening today and where we want to go, what industry needs and what are our aspirations. So the aspirational mapping has been done in the Integrated and Sustainable Textile Policy, which we recently launched in June 2023. And this policy, as I name it integrated and sustainable, because I believe that each policy should aim to integrate all stakeholders in every possible way. Like the integration has to be at the level of industry. Integration has to be in terms of where the industry needs to come up, the locality, the kind of geographical spread it requires. And also it also leads to kind of an administrative integration wherein we can deliver the services better. So this policy has encompassed all the factors that need to be integrated for helping, assisting, for guiding this sector in the times to come. And rightly so, we have ingrained an element of sustainability into it. So when we talk about sustainability, it's not only related to environmental sustainability. It relates to sustainability of how are we creating employments, how are we going to cater to the need of the industry in times to come in terms of HR, and how we are going to take forward the overall development of society as a whole. So societal inclusion and sustainability of job opportunities for men and women alike are certain parameters which we have included in this policy. As far as environmental sustainability is concerned, the policy gives a major focus on use of clean energy. We are also promoting clean measures like ETP, ZLD. We give a lot of incentives for the industry to march there when their products are globally competitive, when we talk about a product being manufactured in a sustainable way. So as our Honorable DCM and Honorable CM says that in Maharashtra, it's not about production, it's about responsible production. And that is what the vision of the leaders has been and integrated in this policy wherein we really want to march forward. Apart from that, there are sunrise sectors like traditional technical textile, which have a huge market, but they are still in a niche shape. They are just taking off in a country like India. Although globally it has a huge presence, there's a lot of research and development that is going on. So we are focusing on technical textiles as well as in the policy. Also, the traditional sector, which has been strength of India, has also been given due weightage in this policy. that how should we ensure protection of livelihood of our weavers, how should we take care of their old age. So we have given social security schemes as well, certain promotional measures so that they feel a part of the system, and creating a market for them, linking them to technology, like platforms like ONDC, Flipkart, Amazon, etc. are the areas where we really need these weavers to go. So this policy integrates everything that ranges from traditions to the technical textiles, which is a huge range of activities. And that's how Maharashtra is shaping the overall landscape of the textile sector. And when we attend events like Bharat Tex, it opens a huge, opportunity for us, that where the world is going, what do they expect from India? Can we become a leader like we were earlier? And when we come on such platforms and when the world is looking at us, we get that confidence back that yes, we are going there and the world is looking up to us. So in that way, this event is great, and it has given us an opportunity to talk about our policy to various stakeholders, and they have appreciated and taken it well.
Thank you so much. You've sort of given a wonderful meaning to integrated and sustainable, in the sense that I hear from you that sustainability is not just a single dimension, but it is across a number of parameters. It is societal sustainability, of course, it is environmental sustainability and all the markers about being clean and ETPs and ZTPs. But in addition to that, what I hear you saying is that you're talking of the sustainability of the entire ecosystem, whether it is financing, whether it is capacity, whether it is training, whether it is markets, and you're not looking just at domestic and, you're looking at even markets, offshore markets. So we'll just come back to that. I wanted to listen to you a little more about the broader area of technical textiles, because as India is building its infrastructure, there are geotextiles, we are a health destination. So, medical and health textiles is there. We are building our own defense equipment. So all that is there. So what is your sort of vision and plan to take India forward in the whole technical textile sphere?
So, in fact, when we are talking about technical textile, as I was just, telling you that it's an area which is a sunrise sector. Maharashtra per se has always been a leader as far as textiles is concerned, whether you see it in early 70s, 80s, 90s. Maharashtra has actually shaped the entire, the textile sector of the country. It has led. And keeping that in mind, we also realize the fact that today we have to live up to the expectations, the global expectations, and where the technical textile sector is going today. Because technical textile is something which has a wide-ranging uses, whether it is in agriculture, whether it is in defense, whether it is in building technologies, whether we are building roads, ports, railways, everywhere the technical textile is there. Also medical textile, home textile, everything, it encompasses all the areas. And taking that factor into consideration, we have given a lot of thrust in our policy to the technical textile sector, encouraging the industry to come and not only collaborate, discuss, learn, train, but also to invest and produce or manufacture products which are globally competitive, coming with brands that are India specific rather than borrowing technology from others. So an element of research and development that needs to be promoted has also been integrated and ingrained in our policy. Also, since it's an area wherein there is a lot of cooperation between the industry partners is needed, various common facilities are needed. So we have come up with the concept of technical textile parks rather. So they will become core areas of excellence in technical textile itself, which will not only manufacture, they will also be used as fertile grounds for grounding of technology research. Whatever products are coming from research and development, their grounding can be done right there. So it can be a fertile ground for research and development and grounding of the technologies that come. Also, these technical textile parks will also act as hands-on training areas for various stakeholders in the technical textile industry, whether they are semi-skilled people or skilled or highly skilled individuals. They will get a hands-on experience of how the technical textile sector operates. And as you said, that training and skill development is an area which really needs focus. So what we have done is that there are institutions of excellence like IIT Bombay, VJTI, ICT, DKT. Maharashtra is that we're privileged to have so many institutions which offer a range of courses. Also, we have our own Maharashtra State Skill University. We have signed MOUs with all of them to collaborate on research, development of certain testing facilities, ensuring that they become mentors for these technical textile parks and the various technical textile areas which are there. Institutions like Sashmira and Bitra, which have already been recognized as Center of Excellence in a particular technology, are based in Mumbai, Maharashtra. So overall, we are focusing heavily on technical textile sector, not only for the domestic consumption, because India probably is the largest global market for anyone, and everybody is now, rushing to capture this market. Our policy wants that what we need should be manufactured in-house. So it wants that Make in India campaign, we become an active partner in making it a success. So this is how we have shaped the entire policy towards promoting technical textiles. People do say that the concept of park is a very ambitious one, but then when we talk with industry, we said if we don't have higher ambitions, how are we going to achieve what we really need to achieve? In defense technology, if we talk about whether they are bulletproof jackets or smart clothing or aerospace clothing or overalls for pilots or anti-G suits, or there's a whole lot of things which are there in the defense technology. The concept of composite fibers have come. Carbon fibers are something that we are developing and experimenting on. So sky is the limit in this sector. And to limit external, today we are dependent mostly on imports for many of our requirements. In-house manufacturing, in-house research and development, and in-house branding of our own products is where we really want to lead the market to.
Thank you. And the whole idea of onshoring and the whole idea of capturing the maximum value addition within India, and then you are taking that forward in your policy of taking value addition to the citizens of Maharashtra in a maximum fashion. I think these parks that you talked of are really a very good way of moving forward, because they localize a large number of factors that any entrepreneur would need in order to push forward. And also the fact of technology development, and I'm particularly impressed with, I think everybody will wake up to the fact of these centers of excellence that you're setting up. I think these are all, very good foundation for going forward. As you rightly said, policy is not today. Policy recognizes what it is today and also sees the gaps, and then puts in place a framework that allows us to fill those gaps in a futuristic manner. Yeah. So I think you are well positioned, and I think our investors and textile captains of industry would really be happy with what you're doing. I also saw that the Maharashtra cabinet recently approved some changes, which would again be very helpful as incentives to textile industry in general. There's an important part which you mentioned about not just domestic markets, but about offshore markets too. We've struggled somewhat as a country in the last sort of 20 years as the regimes changed from GATT to WTO, and there was a multi-fiber agreement that came in place. How do you see these as Maharashtra and as India capturing export markets in textiles?
So as you rightly said, that the global markets are something where we really should compete on a scale that should be unprecedented, because the way we are marching forward today, the way we are growing, the way India is actually growing economically. Aspirational India. So, and rightly so, Bharat Tex program actually tells you that where we are going. We are on our way to become global leaders in textile. But yes, exploring the global markets is something that really needs to be done, and that we are doing in a big way. Like right now we are exploring a lot of free trade agreements and all, and they are going to come in times to come, and they will stand the textile industry also in a good stead. Having said so, what is more important is how do we make our products globally competitive, and towards that, development of research facilities, testing facilities, knowing the global standards, or rather beating the global standards should be our mantra to go forward. The Indian textile, if we talk about the ancient times, it has been, it was renowned globally, and it still is. Like when we talk about the traditional products which are from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, whatever we have, are world renowned, they are respected across. Similarly, when we are marching into an era of technical textiles, smart textiles, our products should have the same space in the global hearts, that if it is from India, it is the best one. And towards that, these centers of excellence, the research and development that is right now going on, the way Government of India is promoting this, the the National Textile Mission, which is again technical textile mission, which is going to be a foundation of how India would take this sector to the global market. Understanding the global needs, which area needs what, having organizations which handhold the industry, having organizations that kind of assist the industry in patenting their products, having organizations that promote research is something that we are looking at now very, very closely. So Maharashtra also has, marched on the footsteps of the central government of India. We are launching our own Maharashtra technical textile mission, which will take care of all the areas, whether the research development, market exploration, skill development, or having our own testing facilities to global standards, and moving right into the field rather than getting based in one particular area like say Mumbai or Pune, going into the heartland of Maharashtra, so that people don't have to travel long distances to get their products tested. Having exhibition centers which say that look what is needed and where you need to go, having continuous dialogue and engaging the industry that global needs are like this, these are the standards expected, these are the areas that you really need to focus on, because finally that guidance is of critical importance when any industrialist is setting up an industry. Although they do their homework to a great extent, but finally it's the teamwork that matters. So through this policy, we are also promoting that we'll have our own Maharashtra State's Textile Development Corporation, which is going to come up, although we have certain corporations which are there. But we are merging and getting them into one potent corporation, which will take care of all these needs and handle the industry right from beginning till end, starting from investment to the product to the market. So we want to integrate this entire value chain so that there is a traceability which is there. The global standards can be matched, the testing facilities can be there. So this is how we have shaped our policy to ensure that in the times to come, the global markets are captured in more effective way.
That's a very ambitious program, and I'm very happy to hear all the elements that you brought on the table. Best of luck, and I'm sure there is no reason why, with all these ideas and thoughts, bubbling out of your excellent thought process, why this can't go forward. What I actually am impressed with is that when I look at the policy that you've midwifed and the way you're implementing it, is you've captured the entire sort of landscape, right from production to global markets. If the vision is all inclusive, then obviously, steps will be taken to move forward. I also want to interact with our audience to say that Virendra ji is an excellent example of how the civil service in India brings various capacities into its fold. So there are doctors, engineers, academics, bankers, infrastructure builders, and Virendra ji is a fighter pilot. So, and I see the Rafale lapel pin on you proudly. So how does this, well, we all know, as I said, the Indian civil service is this fantastic organization that brings various capacities on board. So how has your journey been, and how have you enriched your cadre and Indian civil service in general by bringing in all the elements that you learned as a fighter pilot?
See, eventually, whatever experiences we have in our lifetime, they shape how we think, how we act, how we work, how we function. And rightly so, the background that I have has shaped me into an individual who's more disciplined in the way I function, more meticulous. I also understand the time value of money, and the kind of ethos that armed forces have put in me are something that stands me in a good stead whatever projects I undertake, because I always give priority to what I can deliver rather than what I can gain from the system. What gains I can give to the system are really, really more important than anything else. And reaching out to people, being there for them when they really need you, understanding the fact that when somebody comes to you, you have to give them your time, you have to give them your energy, you have to understand what they want to convey. And the kinds of trainings that I have undergone in various organizations, whether it was earlier in the defense sector or whether it was in the Mussoorie Academy, what it has taught us is, as a civil servant, your empathy is more important, because you're dealing with people, you're dealing with lives daily. And if you are an empathetic individual, if you are approachable, if you are kind, if everything else is taken care of by few virtues. I always tell my colleagues that when we are functioning, the most important thing that you have to remember is, I term it as a three alphabet this thing, that the most important part is discipline, integrity, and efficiency. That whatever you function in, you have to be disciplined. Your integrity should be unquestionable, and your efficiency is what that you should build upon day by day to deliver goods to the public and contribute to the nation building in best possible way. And that's what I practice day in and day out.
Thank you so much for motivating a number of people around you with very good values and the kind of passion in your heart that you bring for the country and for your state. My 3 letters after listening to you came out to be saying, bring discipline, value of time, and then be of service to everybody. And I think these are fabulous markers to go by. And all I can say, and I think our viewers would agree, that with Virendra ji guiding this integrated and sustainable textile policy of Maharashtra, this will be a good marker for Indian textile policy in general. And to paraphrase it, to say that I'm sure Indian textiles and Maharashtra textiles will fly high. Thank you so much for your time today, Virendra ji. It is a privilege to have you in Public Policy School.
And thank you so much.
Thank you.